mostly complaining. That's what I do behind the shades that I withdrew. Mostly complaining, it's not my fault, so I just laugh and watch it fall apart.
Hello and welcome to Mostly Complaining, the show that is mostly complaining, that we keep saying that until you fucking get it in your heads that that's what we do here. We fucking complain. Mostly. I'm your host, Chuck Parker. This is my co-host and producer, Sam Alvarado. Welcome to the show. Do we have any things at the top that we need to clear up?
No, I mean, we always check out Chuck Parker Comedy.
Yeah, always check out chuckparkercomedy.com.
Mostly Complaining. We're a few episodes deep now.
We are some episodes. We are like on the 12th episode, I think, right now. The only thing I can think of is that last episode we talked about the Choco Taco being a done deal. I don't think it is. It's still up in the air.
We're not
but
sure.
Vigilant citizens are
Continue
trying to make the
fight
Choco
for the
Taco
Choco
come back. You know, Klondike may or may fold on that, but that brings us. You know, we'll just go. You know, to our episode, our complaining, our complaint. So today, on a very special episode of Mostly Complaining with Chuck Parker, we're going to do one big, overreaching, broad topic, and that is smoking weed and jacking off.
We're going after everybody.
Smoking weed and jacking off. And that's why we have one topic today, because of the constant smoking weed and jacking off. It's kind of a problem. It really is. It's an issue.
Too much or not enough?
It's too much. It's fucking too much. So this is a very special episode, and we're going to speak about the epidemic, for me personally, of smoking weed and jacking off.
Yeah.
And also Deadly gets molested in the bike shop.
And also what?
Also, if you don't understand that reference, then congratulations on your youth. But smoking weed and jacking off, I'll speak to smoking weed first, I guess, because that is the thing I've done most recently. Probably too irresponsibly recently. The smoking weed, it's okay, you know. I mean, it's not like it's a good thing. Think outside the box, you know. But and they say it's something that you can't get addicted to, Sam. I accept that challenge. I think I can make this a problem.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think I can make anything a problem.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what
given the chance. You know, I mean, I can make eating broccoli dysfunctional.
Right off the top, I was like, we're coming after everybody, because that's most of the population, smoking weed and jerking off.
Well,
if you don't do both, you do one.
They're pointing, if you don't do both, you definitely do one, and you probably do both.
But I get it.
But I mean, like, it's kind of, this is something that was like, I remember when I was a teenager, I got caught smoking weed and jacking off. Yeah. You know, I got caught
at
with,
the same time.
With porn. No, not at the same time.
Two different instances.
But it was associated. So it was, I got weed and porno mags when you had porno mags
back in the day.
And my parents were conservative Christians, so the response was as if I had sacrificed the neighbor's cat, you know, in the backyard to summon a lesser demon, you know, into the living room. A little bit much. So maybe that's my attachment. You know, you always like wind up doing it's a more of an appeal, like what you're not supposed to.
That's why weed was
it's
better.
It's made it more fun. Yeah.
Weed was better when it was illegal.
It was better when it was illegal. There was like sort of a subversive element to it, but now it's just boring because it's legal.
Yeah, I know. It's like going to the bank, like you said.
Well, and look at these people. This has always been boring. Is people that like have weed in replacement of a personality.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like I'm the weed guy. I'm just high all the time. You know, I listen to Sublime. I've got blacklight posters.
You know what's ironic is we were talking in an episode past, I think it was 3 or 4, about like once hard drugs become less criminalized, you know, people will start having like heroin merch. You know, because everybody's got like their weed socks.
Yeah, no, we'll have like poppy socks and you know, just like fucking, you know,
I prepared
little fucking syringe earrings.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
but no, I get it. Like, okay, so I like to relax. I like to chill. I like smoking weed. I'm gonna defend that from my just standpoint. Like, nope, can't complain about smoking weed. But it's what happens when you smoke weed. You know, it really kills the goomph to go do anything.
Just
you know,
doing anything
productive.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's like you might like have like a think outside the box moment that you can jot down a creative idea. It's good for that.
Yeah.
You know, but not much. There's a bunch of other administrative tasks that should not be engaged in. You know, I mean, if you're working for, here's my thoughts on it. If you're working for somebody else, then you go to work high.
Smoke the weed,
Go to work high, because they only deserve high you. If you're working for yourself, maybe rethink that.
No, that's right. I get it.
It's you gotta like do
it's too much to do.
Too much to fucking do.
Well, like, I don't know, I think it can't be argued that like productivity, and I know there's some people that argue like, oh, we're gonna, you know, it makes me work better, it makes me feel whatever. Not the outliers. General populace, you're gonna sit on the couch.
General population,
like,
you're not doing shit. You're watching Adult Swim and eating Fruit Loops for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. You know, by the foot. You know?
I wish that I were like, you know, better than that, but no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I just am not. I mean, it's not like a personality, but I don't know. People that, you know, that have like fucking, it's like somebody who's like a sports fan and it's a replacement of a personality. It's like, who is fucking Dave? Oh, he's a Cowboys fan.
Do you know the turkey amounts on that bud, bro?
Dude, I'm Team Weed, dude. It's like nobody's against you, honestly. You know, I mean, like there's very few people.
We're complaining about.
We're not. I'm not. I mean, it's like I'm all for the weed. You know, but
it's the after effects.
It's one of those things that I wonder if I'm probably going to stop for a little bit. But that's probably
it's
probably why. That's probably why
tolerance breaks. Good for you. Yeah. But I
mean,
I don't disagree though. Like, and none of the 8 wonders of the world were built by fucking civilizations of stoned people.
No, I don't think so. Well, and that's where we get to, you know, the other thing. And but what's the fucking thing on are we on the thing? For those listening at home, I'm being like fucking confusing.
What thing?
It doesn't matter. We're timing. We're trying to make this more professional, which it's not working out. So we're getting on to jacking off.
And that too,
yeah, jacking off, and we'll tie this up. But you know, it's just that in conjunction, as you said, the 8 wonders of the world were not built by stone people. They were also not built by people that. You know, you used to not fucking be able to come so easily, you know? I mean, if you were like in the fucking Egyptian times or whatever, you know, you're either a slave that's building a fucking pyramid or you're a fucking person that, I don't know, what are the...
there's no privacy.
You're just not... You're not jerking off. You know, if you're coming, it's into you know, a lady or an asshole or an animal or something. And you either for that you have to have like some kind of trade, you know, so that you could like enter into a contract of marriage or be able to pay for the hush money. You know, for you fucking an emu or whatever. I don't know. They even have emus in Egypt. It doesn't matter.
The sheep. Yeah.
But the point is that you'd have to like fucking you know, pull out like you learn a trade. That's what like drove people, you know. I mean, like, because guys, when they don't come, you know, that makes them pretty fucking creative into getting, you know, you're pulling out like a fucking abacus and, you know, calculating Pythagorean theorem, you know, in order to fucking jizz into some lady.
Yeah, that's why we make fun of nerds, because they don't have sex, because they're too busy solving calculus equations.
Yep,
and getting us to Mars.
But then eventually they wind up like developing, becoming a billionaire. That's
yeah, there you go.
That's the thing. We've entered into, and this is like a particularly interesting thing. We've entered into a very dark timeline on how we've treated nerds.
They're back.
Yeah, they have like supervillain levels of money.
I feel like I honestly hate the idea that like behind the end of the world is just some dude with like suspenders on, like.
Yeah, no, we're just inventing AI and to hell with these fucking people.
Yeah, it's
because they.
Although I will say I agree. Like since the 1800s, I think it was like literally 1790s to 1800s. That's when the first like vibrating machines were built. Now they were initially built as medical devices for like actual medical procedures, because they used to think vibrations were how the body the nervous system worked, but that eventually led into, and of course, what does it lead into? Sex robots, like.
Well, yeah.
They're getting so realistic.
It used to be you just got finger banged by your doctor, for fucking, hysteria.
That's also,
and then it's like we have the vibrator not to like get the woman off more, but because the fucking doctor's hands were getting tired, and they were getting carpal tunnel syndrome.
That's an urban legend, though. That there's been no evidence of any physician, at least writing down, that they use that. Like we're gonna give her a good finger.
A good finger banging. Yeah. It's not a.
Sorry,
we don't keep their records.
That's the show.
What are you gonna fucking do?
But no, it's literally been dealt and worked with so much that it's a whole industry now. Like to make sure that you come, and I feel like it's in everything, social media, everything. Like you can't look at any social media and not see a butt for a whole day.
No,
it's gonna happen.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, and again, if you're going like back to like earlier times when it's like we're building Gothic cathedrals and pyramids and again that's the thing when men don't come, they build shit, and usually those things are shaped like dicks, like, steeples or obelisks or skyscrapers or rockets that shoot into the fucking heavens.
Mars,
or Elon Musk calls it sky pussy.
That's all he gets, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, it's your ideal, I guess, is similar to Kellogg, J.H. Kellogg.
Yes.
The owner of Kellogg's cereal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess the whole myth was he invented cornflakes as a form of deterrent for masturbation for young boys.
Did that work out? I don't know if that worked out. And also, is that a thing? Is that like? Did we find out if that like really is a thing? Or?
No, I don't. I have no. I doubt.
It makes sense.
Honesty,
yeah. I guess it was implied. It's like it wasn't like cornflakes. Your son will own jerk.
He's not gonna touch himself anymore.
Who's gonna jerk it after a bowl of this shit? That wasn't explicitly put out there. It was just implied. Cornflakes.
The guy that invented.
How could you even?
Yeah, right. If you eat cornflakes, nobody's gonna want you.
Yeah.
No. At the same time, yes. No. It wasn't implicitly like advertised as. Like anti-masturbatory, but he did advocate for like a plain, boring life is how you keep away from masturbating. Yeah. And Kellogg's was a plain cereal that he purposely like advertised in that way. So not direct. But I mean, we've been trying to keep people from beating their meat for a long time. Wasn't there a myth? Who's gone blind?
I'm not. I'm not speaking against. This is. We're not getting into. I'm not saying we go back to like feudal society where they like catch you jerking it and like put them in the stocks. They fucking tie your dick to a boulder and roll it down a hill, and if your dick is still attached to your body at the end of that, then they try your dick as a witch.
Burn it.
Burn it.
I have hot dogs.
Yeah.
This is terrible, but I get it.
I'm not saying we can't go back to that, Sam. We can't go back to that, but just a moderation. I haven't jerked off in 3 days, Sam, and I have the maybe that's too much information for you uptight motherfuckers out there, but there it is. We're doing an experiment. We're going to keep track, and we're going to put a graph up there for how long it's been since I fucking jacked it.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. 3 days. 3 days. There you go, right there.
Updated next fewer later episodes.
Yeah. All right. We'll see if we make it a week.
Yeah.
But I figure, you know what I feel like, Sam? I feel like I'm either, at the end of this week, I'm either going to have committed a mass shooting or developed an app.
That's good. What's that?
One or the other. I'm not sure. I don't own a firearm, so let's hope.
You do own a computer. That's good. No, I don't know. I mean, literally, like, it permeates literally everything. Like, sex robots are a freaking thing now. Do you think the guys that built the machinery for sex robots had sex themselves? Of course not. It's why they're building sex robots.
No, that involves talking to girls.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and you used to, again, this is the thing. You used to have, and this is in the not too distant past, you had to have your shit together to a certain degree to be able to, like, even see a titty, you know? I mean, like, there was there was like a certain amount of, like, personal grooming that was involved, and, like, you know, that you could talk to a person, you know? Am I wrong here?
No,
I mean, it was just like you had to have your shit together.
I saw an article that was wandering around the internet, and basically it was like single white males and hetero males have less opportunities in the dating world because standards are higher for relationships. And I was like, what? Yeah. Like, that's the problem?
Yeah.
So, but no, it used to be that way. But they don't need to be in a relationship anymore. The internet's everywhere.
You just, like, take a fucking shower and, like, fucking, you know, wash your clothes, you know, do something besides play World of Warcraft and...
Stop smoking weed.
Smoking weed and jacking off!
Or just do it responsibly.
Do it responsibly, in moderation. Yeah. You remember... Okay, so even if you didn't have your shit... you had to be, like, ingenuity. Like, if you wanted to see porn, like, now you can watch, like, kids are watching double penetration on their iPhone when they're 12. You know, I mean, but it is back right in there. My day. I remember there was like this covert operation to just get a Playboy. You know, I mean, like I remember there was a kid at some point when I was in 3rd grade who like came into the boys' bathroom, and it was like he like graduated from elementary school, and you know how like one of the big kids who like stands like a god, you know, like comes back. And he had the fucking this is the 80s, so it was like the episode with fucking the fucking magazine with fucking Madonna, Madonna Playboy. So it was like the fucking black and white pictures of her with the fucking brunette hair and a big fucking bush and hairy armpits. It was fucking great. Right he was like passing out fucking pages of this fucking thing like he was like handing out the Eucharist. Yeah, you know, and there were like kids wondering, and kids were just like in a feeding frenzy of just walking away with like they had like pages of the Holy Gospel that they were hiding from an oppressive Maoist government, you know, subversive Chinese philosophy that they would cherish and, you know, pass down to their grandchildren. You know, this picture of a lady with her tits out on a sailboat. That's about it, yeah. That's what I got. And then, anyway.
It used to be harder.
It used to be harder.
Dial up.
I remember...
Printing a page out for saving for later.
There was a kid named Les McGee. No shit, Les McGee. That sounds like a joke name, but that's his real fucking name. Yeah. His name is Les McGee. And he was like the go-between on the kid that you could get a stack of Playboys for $5.
Yeah, just grab
in a shed. Like you went to a shed and you had to go have a go-between, and there was a lookout, and it was a very cloak and dagger. Sort of shit, but you know, I mean, I'm not saying that is the ideal situation either, but it's better than just like, you know, gaping asshole, you know, at the touch of a button.
I think kids can learn too much these days, and when you learn how to do that too early, you start being productive earlier in life. For us, you know, because we didn't have access to it immediately, we were like productive and learned a lot when we were younger. And I feel like the younger generations, I don't know, I'm not trying to complain.
No, but you've gotten laid before, and that's like these fucking kids are like fucking almost into their fucking 30s and have never
done shit. Yeah, because you know, it's not just that, but they've never done anything because they don't need to go outside for interaction to engage anymore.
Yeah, but no, you don't talk to a person. We are sounding very old right now, but it's also fucking true. For Jesus Christ.
For the young whippersnappers, if you live in Albuquerque, go
outside and talk to a person, even though people suck.
Go to Manal and find a thrift store near Manal in, I don't know, Wyoming or something like that, and find a thrift store that has lots and lots of Playboys so you can see what those are for our younger viewers.
Yeah.
Listeners.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like a magazine.
It's just like a haven for old pervs.
Yeah.
Just freaking magazines everywhere for when the internet goes out.
That's what you're gonna fucking have. I remember the first time I saw like VHS porn. You ever see like a VHS porn?
Yeah, no, I stayed away from that.
And it was just like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. This is so gross. Just like if you see like hardcore porn, if you go like from there's some titty, and then you're like a kid and you see fucking hardcore, it's like, oh,
this is gross.
This is disgusting.
It is, because you don't smell porns. You don't, you're not in there. You don't know what's going on. You don't get the smell. It's all nice. Everything's nice and presented for you. It's not how it is in real life, And I'm surprised people are having so many babies. Or maybe that's why they're getting rid of doing the whole abortion ban things, because people don't know how to freaking do it enough to have kids. They're like, we need more of them.
Jeez.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, just jacking
Goodness
off. Smoking weed and jacking off. Yeah, that's why we have. Okay, so that's why we have one topic today, because
two.
Yeah, we got two.
It's distractions, really.
We got two, but there's such a synergy between there. They're distractions. They're distractions, and this is why I'm like behind on so much paperwork. There's so many adult things right now that need to happen that have not. Because of smoking weed and jacking off. Do you want to fucking submit for festivals and put clips together so that you can increase your social media presence and, meet your fucking goals? Well, I don't know. Maybe that would happen if it weren't for all the smoking weed and jacking off.
No. We've gotten so inventive with the weed stuff too lately. Wax, dabs, there's
the
rigs,
dabs,
electric rigs.
What the fuck with the dabs?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, like that is like I'm having a fucking panic attack. And I can have like a panic attack. Just on regular ass super fucking weed that you get anyway, but like a fucking dab, and it's like I'm like
it's a bit much. And I know people that are just dabbing it up most of the day. Dabbing it up, they just high tolerance. They're fine with it.
Yeah,
that would ruin a whole day if I take one unexpectedly.
That's fucking great. There's some people that are like the Winston Churchills of weed. They're like fucking, it's like, hey, yeah, wake and bake. Fucking, this is how I fucking function, and I'm gonna, write code for however fucking long, and also, I'm a philanthropist, and whatever, they get shit done. I do not. I definitely don't. It's this is the peanut butter and jelly of my vices right now.
Do you think that there exists a human?
It used to be booze and cigarettes, and also here's the thing: smoking weed and jacking off were still present in the booze and cigarettes time, but they weren't the main focus. And
okay. You switched it up.
Yeah, I'm switching it up.
A new vice. And there are articles out there about how addictive both things can be.
This is going to be
not being considered addictive.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I don't see either one of these things like going away.
If you're a really
completely.
productive person who smokes weed constantly and you've accomplished a bunch, like a book writer, somebody who's published or something. Please message us, throw a comment down there, and let us know that where it's possible.
No, I don't. And here's the thing. This is a for me thing, and I know that there's like other people, So I'm not alone in this. There's a lot of people that this is an issue.
There should be an AA
and if it's not for you,
weed.
then fucking good for you. Congratulations. I think I'm going to keep track, and we're going to see what the fuck happens. I'm going to see how long I can go without fucking jerking it.
By the time this episode goes up,
we'll bring it up from time to time.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes up, this might change.
We'll know this might not be 3 days. This will have changed. Yeah. But anyway, where are we at? What are we at?
We're good.
Okay, yeah. So This has been Mostly Complaining. Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Come and
Venmo,
Cash App, the fucking, all these things.
Yeah. Go on Eventbrite and hold my ticket. Look for shows.
Honestly, here, if you're listening to this in like a podcatcher, like an Apple Pod or like fucking Hulu or I don't know what the fuck this is on. Spotify
Apple,
or whatever.
Google,
rate the show.
everything.
Rate the
Thanks,
show and
that.
write a review about Mostly Complaining.
Yeah.
You can complain about Mostly Complaining, but
I made it through a whole episode.
I made it through a whole episode.
Perfect.
Yeah,
awesome.
That'd be fucking great.
Complain.
All right, let's.
topics.
There we go.
You're good.
Yeah, so this has been Mostly Complaining with Chuck Barker, and we're out.
This apartment is a coffin, and I'm comforted to death. And the howling from my brainstem plants the fear in every breath. Well, they say that suffocation is a lousy way to die. Slowly choking on a memory, then pretending to know why. Mostly complaining, and not much else. But pace a line and mutter to myself.